what's up, everybody? This is Jose from Southern Life.
Hey, Katie.
Today we are in Orange Park, Florida, which is part of the Jacksonville metro area. Kind of a congested traffic area of Jacksonville. A lot of people say this is a nice part of Jacksonville to live in. So we're on 17. We're going to drive through Orange Park, Fleming Island, and Green Cove Springs. It's going to be one long run-on video driving down 17 because my channel is getting a lot bigger, and as it gets bigger, these types of videos, well, I know my loyal subscribers love them, actually really suck for the algorithm. So kind of a crappy situation there. But we are south of Jacksonville, and we're driving south out of the city. We're paralleling the St. Johns River, heading south. There's Orange Park, which is, from my experience, been always congested with traffic. Then there's Fleming Island, and then there's Green Cove Springs, which is a nice little town all to itself. So we'll drive along 17, and the Green Cove Springs will be 13 miles, but it's going to take us 23 minutes to get there. So we'll get to see what people call one of the better parts of Jacksonville, allegedly. I was interviewing some homeless people not far from here. There's a lot of homeless people in this area. Despite it being a nice suburban area, they have a huge homeless problem. And I was meeting and interviewing some of the homeless people. They seem like really great, nice, friendly people. It's really it's crazy to even think that today we have this problem in our society. But they don't seem like bad people to me. I mean, I've met worse people living next door to me. Would you say we've met worse neighbors, Katie?
I will say people that I've lived next to have been horrible.
Horrible. We've had next door neighbors in beautiful, nice houses that have been nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here's these homeless people. They don't have a place to sleep, but they're helping their neighbors. And they're a little community between each other. It's really neat to see the camaraderie between them. But anyways, you know, it's just crazy to think that as a society we usually just look down upon homeless people. And every once in a while we meet some that are disgusting, we really do. But every once in a while you just meet people that you're like, well, man, they're just down on their luck, and they've given up. A lot of them, maybe mental illness. But they don't seem like bad people. This is my opinion. It's been an interesting and difficult experiment, and you know, sometimes I go into these camps with fear of what could be, especially at Jacksonville. I mean, it's a large, dangerous city, and you go into a homeless camp, and the people that you meet are just genuinely awesome people, friendly. You know, it kind of makes you change your perspective a lot.
And I'm seeing a recurring theme with all the places we've been is, you know, there's one person within a relationship that is disabled.
Yeah.
And then the
other person sticks to them.
Yep.
I've seen that so many times. Like most people in our society today, if the wife gets disabled or, you know, gets too fat or something, you know, you get a divorce. Throw that old woman away and get a new one. You know, you got too fat. We're over. It's done. I make more money now. I can get a better woman.
No. In our society, it takes two people working usually to be able to function.
But what I'm finding, like that couple we met over there in Melbourne.
Yeah.
The girl, let's be honest, she was way younger than him, or you know, she's blonde and green eyes or whatever. And the people that we met here too, like, even if they're in a relationship with somebody, even if the other person ends up in a wheelchair or loses a leg, they stick together with their people no matter what.
Yeah.
The homeless people, if they have one thing, is loyalty and camaraderie. Like, how many people today get a divorce? And they get a divorce over stupid stuff. You know, the guy starts making more money, buys the wife a new car, and while he's working, she goes and sleeps with somebody else. You know what I mean? I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen a situation where a guy starts making more money and starts taking care of his wife better, and then now that she's got more time on her hands, she goes and cheats on him. And then you meet people out here where the man or the female is in a wheelchair and the other person takes care of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's been interesting to see how homeless people, despite the fact they have nothing, they share their food. Like, nobody in that homeless camp is gonna go hungry. If one person got food, everybody there's got food. But in a rich community, if somebody's getting a foreclosure, everybody looks the other way. But there's I've really been impressed by how caring and loving they are towards each other.
In our society, it takes two people to pay the rent.
No doubt.
And if one person is down because of illness and whatnot, and the other person has to take care of them,
they have to work double.
They have to work double.
And then they leave.
And
look at what's Donald Trump. He's a billionaire. I think he had how many wives has he had? They get too old, get a new one. Let that be a lesson to you.
That's not right.
I'm just playing with you. Let that be a lesson to you, kid, not to get old. How many wives has Donald Trump had? Donald Trump, how many wives? What are some other... 3 wives he's had over the years. Melania, Marla, and Ivana. He's had 3 wives over the years. What's another, really rich person? 3 different wives. None of them are real wives. They all look like he's an old fat guy, and they're all kind of fancy looking women. I don't like women like that, by the way. I like a real woman like Kate with some meat on her.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, all these rich... What would be another rich person? Really, ultra... Bill Gates, how many wives does he have? Let's see.
1.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's more respectable. He had 1 wife.
Yeah.
Bill Gates, after meeting her in 1984, she married Gates in a party ceremony in Hawaii. They have 3 children. See, that's more respectable.
Yeah.
Wife and kids and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's crazy. What would be another... But at the end of the day, a lot of people that, they get money, but then there's no substance to their life.
Yeah.
And then you have other people. I wonder how many, what's the other, You know that Cuban that looks like me? There's a Cuban that lives in Port Charlie and Cape Coral that looks like me, and every once in a while somebody
tags you.
Tags me. Everybody sends me a picture with the guy. There's a Cuban guy that looks just like me. I always have he lives in Cape Coral and Punta Gorda. I always have people send me pictures with the guy.
Well, you have a cousin that looks just like you.
But he's black. Yeah, my black cousin. Yeah, my cousin, he moved to the United States now. He's here now. I got a cousin, lives in the United States now. He's black. And I mean black. But he looks exactly like me.
Yeah.
Except for he's black. And I say black, I mean black. When I say black, I mean he is black. But he looks identical to me. And it was funny because when I went to Cuba, I was hanging out in his hometown back in 2011. I was hanging out in his hometown at night, and because we looked just like each other at night, people would give me money and come talk to me about business and stuff, and they didn't realize it was me.
Yeah.
And he's fat in Cuba, and I'm fat. We're both about the same. Even though he was in Cuba, he was fat. And we look exactly like each other, pretty much same size, same height, same everything, complexion, except for he's black. And I'm hanging out in Cuba at night. And there's people come up to me hey man, here's some money I owe you or whatever. I keep that on the hush. I'm like, oh, what the crap?
Wow.
He's liking the YouTube videos. Hey my man, we're doing great. We're in Jacksonville now, heading home today. It's been an awesome trip. Camera mount's broken. But yeah, How do we get on this topic? Where are we at now?
In 8 miles will be to
Oh, we're in
Cove.
Fleming Island. Which, by the way, if you really wanted to do a video here, we could. This is like the 17, but then they have like a road that winds all through it. I think we're gonna have to come back to Jacksonville again next month.
Yeah, I kind of like it. You know, we've been to a few really cool places here, and you know, I've liked Jacksonville, but now it's starting to grow on me.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's evolving.
Yeah, it's no longer a. Well, I was gonna say something, but that wasn't the right word. They're not primeval now. They're getting a little bit more civilized. That was possibly the worst analogy you could have said. I know you didn't do it to be mean, but this is Fleming Island, and we're driving through a new apartments right there. Look at that.
No, what I'm saying is when we first started coming here,
Oh, it was
like
bad.
all it was like barbecue restaurants and
Crime.
Yeah, and now it's like there's
It's
so
crime.
much stuff
It went from barbecue restaurants and crime
to like
barbecue
international, like food from all over the world.
Can you not interrupt me, women? It went from barbecue and crime to barbecue, crime, and new apartments.
And different types of cuisine.
They got good food in here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's becoming a food city where you can get all different types of food. Cuban, like you can get Caribbean food. You can get like food from literally all over the world. I saw African. I saw.
Take a right here if you could. Go for it. 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 Don't slow down until the other until you're in this lane because you got a car behind you. There we go. So this is Flaming Island or Fleming Island, whatever. Flaming Wild Island or something.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Alright guys, this is Orange Park, so I'll leave it.